Hi, good morning. My name is Jennifer and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sewing a 1950s style apron. I'm going to use this pattern, Simplicity S9496, and I'm really excited to make this pattern. I've made it before for a family member, but now I'm going to make it for myself. I'm going to use this powder blue fabric for the apron. I'm really excited to sew this project, so the first step will be cutting the fabric. Let's go ahead and get started. So here I am arranging the pattern pieces to cut it out, and this is my first time doing a voiceover, so let me know if it's helpful. Also, this pattern had a lot of fabric strips. It was really annoying to cut out, but I finally finished. Good morning! So it's the second day of sewing, and today I'm gonna get started on sewing everything together. Yesterday I did all the cutting work, but what's interesting about today is that we have the solar eclipse and we're actually in the path of it. I'm gonna put an alarm for later on so that I don't forget to go outside and watch it. I'm gonna end up sewing all day and forget, because that's what happens. I usually get sucked into the work. The first step was to sew the front panels right sides together. And then I serged the edges because this fabric frayed a lot. I moved on to the bottom ruffle pieces and I attached them at the side seams as well. It turned out looking like a long piece of fabric, but it was all going to be gathered together. Then I ironed the pieces down, making sure to face the edges towards the middle. So right here, I'm adjusting the stitch length to 5, which is the widest stitch length. I'm sewing the top edge of the ruffle so that I can pull one thread and bunch the fabric together. This is what I do for my ruffling method. And so I'm adjusting the ruffled piece at the bottom. Sorry, I'm saying ruffle a lot. And I'm just making it the same measurement as the bottom panel. After that, I faced the ruffle right sides together to the bottom panel and I sewed a straight stitch. I cleaned it up using the serger after that. I'm done sewing the bottom half of the apron. Right now I'm gonna take a break because the solar eclipse is about to happen. So I'm gonna put this aside because then I'm gonna sew all night if I don't. It's a little bit cloudy, so I don't think we're gonna be able to see it, but hope we can. I see it too! Once I was done sewing the whole bottom panel together, I ironed in the edges 1/2 inch so that when I was done, it would make it easier when I had to sew it in. And I sewed it in place. I moved on to the arm straps and I sewed it by folding it in half and making sure the right sides were facing each other. When I was done with that, I used my pinking shears to get rid of the excess fabric so that it doesn't fray. And once the straps were sewn in place, I ironed them down. Then I put the 2 straps in place, sandwiched in between the bib piece. I made sure to pin all around and I tucked in the straps so that I didn't sew it once I was sewing. Then I took it to the sewing machine and sewed 1/2 inch seam allowance as well. And I made sure to sew all around, not catching the straps. And I used my pinking shears again. I turned the fabric inside out and I ironed down the edges as well. I didn't sew on the bottom so that it was open, and what I am gonna do is attach the bottom of the bib to the bottom of the waistband. And right here I'm doing a basting stitch. As you can see here, I was doing a ruffle for the top of the apron piece and I'm attaching it to the waistband. What I'm doing is adjusting the size and pinning it in place. Right here I'm sewing the both pieces together, but I messed up because I faced it the wrong side. And yeah, who's gonna tell her she's wrong? And then I also serged it in place to secure it, and that just made it more difficult to unpick the next day. Hello, so it's the 3rd day of sewing and today I still need to work on the blue apron. Right now it's about the afternoon. I came back from hanging out with my friend. We went thrift shopping and then we got coffee and breakfast. It was really nice. I feel energized. But I left something out the last time I sewed. I messed up on the apron. I sewed the wrong sides together and when I turned it inside out, Hello, Zoe. When I turned it inside out, it was all wrong, so I spent the night cutting the serged edge, and I sewed a straight stitch on the ruffle because I didn't want to, you know, make the ruffle again. But right now I'm gonna redo that and fix it. The pattern is from Simplicity, and honestly, it's more like difficulty. It's not simple, it's very hard. Besides that, today I'm gonna fix my mistake and hopefully finish the apron because I don't have that much time. Zoe! Look, she tries to climb up here. Come on. See, you're not a lap dog, okay? What was I saying? Okay, right now, as you can see back here, I have my sewing machines and I'm going to college full time. I spend a lot of my time studying, so I have all my study things here. I'm gonna move everything and yeah, I should be good to go. But that's one of the reasons I'm not very consistent, but it's okay. I just want to sew when I have time, and hopefully I can finish this today because yeah, I have to study. So I'll go ahead and get started. So, let me move her out the way. She never puts clothes on, I swear. So, I'm stuck on step 15. Basically, I need to sew them wrong sides together. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I hope I don't mess up again. I'm not gonna serge the fabric until I know I have it right. So now that these are sewn together with the basting stitch, then I'm going to put it wrong side together. Perfect. So this is what it looks like so far. Basically the pattern wants me to fold this over and then add the straps. And that's basically it, and I'm almost done. Look at that. It's very flowy. So now that it's sewn on correctly, I can serge it again. I made sure to serge all the edges of the waistband to prevent fraying. And here I'm sewing the top of the waistband as well. One thing to notice is that I'm not speeding up the clip. The serger is that fast in real life, and it's kind of scary. I have to be careful with my fingers. I don't want to lose them. And then I moved on to the waist straps that are going to be attached at the back. I serged all the edges, and then I ironed the edges in as well. And here I'm sewing them in place. The pattern called to do a basting stitch on the inside of the strap. And then I pulled on one thread and shimmied the fabric to make a little ruffle. After that, I attached the waist strap to the waistband right sides together. And then I used my iron to fold in the top of that waistband 1/2 inch. And then it's going to turn into the bottom of the waistband because I'm going to sandwich in the waist strap in between. I follow along that edge and I keep pinning, and essentially I folded that waistband in half so the middle turns into the top of the waistband, and now I'm pinning it to the bib of the apron. And then I'm going to do a basting stitch by hand. Ow! I am poking myself so many times. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is the worst shot ever, but you get the gist. I'm just doing a basting stitch right here, and I'm gonna remove it afterwards. So I finished doing the baste stitch. Let me get this on real quick. I chose red so that I can see it when I have to cut it out. So for the straps, I think I will end up sewing it to the waistband. Like right there. I serged the edge of it so that it doesn't fray as well, but I think adding it to the waistband is better because if I tie it like this, there's gonna be a gape here. I don't want to poke myself. Like, this project has been poking frenzy. So the last step is doing a top stitch all along the waistband, and then I'm done with the apron. The last step is to do a top stitch, and I'm doing this as close as I can to the edge, making sure that I catch all the pieces that I attached. Once I'm done sewing the top stitch, the apron is finished. All I had to do was cut off the red thread. So this is the end of the video, and I just wanted to say that I love this project and the way everything turned out. I don't think I would change anything if I could. I love the ruffles and it's super flowy. It makes me feel like a princess. But I wanted to say thank you so much for watching if you stuck around to the end, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!